Finding Earth 2.0, the biggest space hunt ever. Imagine looking up at the night sky, billions of stars shining like diamonds in an endless sea of darkness. For thousands of years, humans have wondered if there is another world out there like ours, a planet with blue oceans, green forests, and maybe even life looking back at us. Today, this is no longer just a dream, it's science. Astronomers now believe there could be hundreds of millions of Earth-like planets in our galaxy alone. The hunt for these planets, known as exoplanets, is one of the most exciting quests in human history. And at the heart of it lies a simple but profound question. Are we alone in the universe? When scientists search for Earth-like planets, they focus on one key factor: habitability. To support life as we know it, a planet needs certain conditions, and the most important is liquid water. For that to exist, the planet must orbit its star at just the right distance, not too hot and not too cold. This perfect zone is called the habitable zone, or the Goldilocks zone. Too close to the star, and water would boil away. Too far, and it would freeze into ice. Earth sits perfectly in this zone around the Sun, which is why life thrives here. But could there be other planets in other star systems with the same perfect balance? The first step in answering that came in 1995, when astronomers discovered the first planet orbiting a Sun-like star outside our solar system. It wasn't Earth-like, but it changed everything. Suddenly, we knew that planets are common in the universe. Then came NASA's Kepler mission in 2009, and it blew the doors wide open. Kepler discovered thousands of exoplanets by watching for tiny dips in a star's brightness when a planet passes in front of it. Among those thousands were some truly remarkable finds: rocky planets about the size of Earth, orbiting in the habitable zone of their stars. One of the most famous discoveries is Kepler 186f, about 500 light-years away. It's nearly the same size as Earth and sits in its star's habitable zone. Another is Kepler 45b, often called Earth's cousin, which orbits a star very much like our Sun. Then, in 2017, came a discovery that captured the world's imagination: the TRAPPIST-1 system. Just 40 light-years away, TRAPPIST-1 is a small red dwarf star with 7 rocky planets, 3 of which lie in the habitable zone. Imagine that's 7 worlds around a single star, with oceans possibly hiding under their surfaces. If any of these planets have the right conditions, they could be home to life. But finding planets is just the beginning. The real challenge is figuring out if they can support life. We can't travel there too far, so scientists study them from a distance. They analyze the light that passes through a planet's atmosphere as it moves in front of its star. That light can reveal the fingerprints of gases like oxygen, methane, and carbon dioxide. If we find these gases in the right balance, it could be a sign of life. The James Webb Space Telescope is already doing this, scanning exoplanets for chemical clues that might hint at living organisms. One day, Webb might send us the news that changes everything: the detection of a planet with an atmosphere like ours. Of course, even if we find Earth 2.0, visiting it is another story. The closest star system. Proxima Centauri is over 4 light-years away. At today's speeds, it would take thousands of years to reach. But scientists are dreaming big. Projects like Breakthrough aim to send tiny spacecraft powered by lasers to nearby stars within decades. For now, our exploration will be done with telescopes and data, but the dream of traveling to these distant worlds is alive. So why does this search matter? Because it's more than science. It's about who we are. Finding another Earth would answer one of humanity's oldest questions and change our view of life forever. It would mean that life is not rare, that Earth is not a miracle, but part of a greater cosmic story. And if life exists elsewhere, even simple microbes, it tells us that the universe is not empty, but alive with possibilities. The search for Earth-like planets is a journey of hope, curiosity, and wonder. Every new discovery brings us closer to understanding our place in the cosmos. Somewhere out there, orbiting a distant star, another Earth might be waiting, a world where alien skies stretch over alien oceans. And perhaps, just perhaps, someone there is looking up, wondering the same thing we do. Are we alone?